Hello friends, today we are going to continue chapter number 16, Economic Liberalization and Globalization, lecture number 4. Friends, in this chapter we are discussing about the efforts made by the government to increase the economy of our country. We discussed in the previous lecture that how our government is making efforts and playing an important role by planning different schemes and implementing lots of changes in our economic reforms so that they can make economic development in our country. Friends, up to now in this chapter we have discussed about what economic reforms were made by the government and what efforts they were made. We discussed that before our independence, and when we talk about that when we got independence in the year 1947, at that time India was totally economically weak. We were not so economically strong, and to come out from that situation our government need to take some immediate and very important steps related to the economy of our country. And it was due to that reason that in the year 1951 our government introduced 5-year plans. They made the assumptions that these 5-year plans will reach to the target of economic development that they had assumed. But unfortunately, these 5-year plan did not reach the target as it was aimed about. So now the government investigated on the issues by which this target was not achieved. They started looking about the criteria in which they had already failed. By investigating on all these matters, they decided to make some economical changes, economical reforms. And due to that, they made some changes in the industrial policy in the year 1991. They introduced liberalization, privatization and globalization in industrial policy. Friends, at that time our condition was so weak that even we were dependent for crops on the other countries. We had to import the crops, wheat and rice from the other countries. And see the situation of the present time. We export that all products nowadays. So this is the huge change that we can see after these economical reforms of 1991. Friends, these three changes, these three globalization, liberalization, privatization that was introduced in the year 1991 was known as the economically reforms of 1991. Friends, we discussed about liberalization in the previous lectures, in which we discussed that what is liberalization? The reduction in the restrictions and controls that were imposed on the private sectors, where the reduction in the restrictions and controls that were imposed on the private sector is known as liberalization. Government started becoming liberal. They made their policies liberal so that new industries can be introduced. Private sector can enter into public sectors. Private sectors were allowed to enter into sectors except railway, atomic and defense. They were allowed, they were given reduction in obtaining the license except the 18 sectors. Friends, such kind of due to this liberalization, here it is said, we also discussed in the advantages that lots of new industries were established. Friends, we also discussed that this liberalization, due to this liberalization, now the private sectors were easily able to come in the market and develop new industries. Large scale industries were developed. After that, we discussed in the previous lecture about privatization. In privatization, we discussed that in privatization, the government shared its ownership or management which were of the industrial units which were under state control were opened for the private sectors. So now the ownership and management of the industrial units that were under state or the government were opened for the private sectors. Due to which, and this was done to increase the efficiency of public sector, to increase the industrial units. We learned in the advantages and disadvantages also. We discussed in the advantages that the efficiency of this public sector was improved after this privatization. Production units were increased. These were some of the advantages. Disadvantages also we discussed, in which we discussed that after privatization, one of the important disadvantage was after privatization, they only focused on the large scale industries. Cottage industries were ignored. They were not helped in the private sector. They did not get much help in these private sectors. Major attention was given to the large scale industries. Here we can say that due to all these things, the economy was getting some or the other pace. Friends, today we are going to discuss about the third reform, that is the globalization. Globalization. Friends, let us understand about globalization in detail now. You might have heard the word globalization. Let us understand the meaning of globalization. The process of connecting the economy of a country. The process of connecting the economy of a country with the world economy is called globalization. Friends, what is globalization? Here it is clearly said, clearly understand this, the process of connecting the economy of a country with the world economy is called globalization. Friends, when for example, when we do import and export with the other countries, right? We buy some products from the other countries and we sell some products to some different countries. At that time, we are exchanging our economy with each other. We are connecting our economy with each other. Here, the connection, here we say, the connecting of economy of a country, right? We are connecting our country's economy with the whole world, and that is called globalization, right? For example, we can see that some of the products of America, England, that all product we can buy from Indian market, and our Indian products can be bought in America and Indian market. So these all thing is known as globalization. There the connecting of economy of a country is done with the whole world, and that is known as globalization. So friends, you might have understood about the globalization. Here it is said, when we are talking about globalization, here it is said that during the economic reforms, India opened itself to the world. And we can say and adopted globalization. During these economic reforms, that is economic reforms of 1991, when this globalization was introduced, it is said that when this globalization was introduced, India opened itself to the world. Means now it was open for the world to come here to trade. The economic reforms, India opened itself to the world and adopted globalization in India. Globalization increased the flow of goods and services. Globalization increased the flow of goods, services, technology, and labor in the world. Globalization increased the flow of goods, service, technology, and labor in the world. The mutual exchange of all these things, benefits all the countries. Friends, here it is said that globalization increased the flow of goods, service, technology, labor in the world, and this mutual exchange of all these things. For example, if we are not having anything, right, we can purchase it from the other country if they are having that. If that country is not having anything, and if we are producing that, we can export that thing to that country. So due to this reason, the mutual exchange of all these things, it benefited all the countries, right? Each and everything can be produced in each and every countries. Because, for example, if our country is producing any car, if they are manufacturing any car, but some parts are not available, some parts are not made in our country, we import that parts from the other country and manufacture the car in our country. So here it is said, and this mutual exchange benefits all the countries. Let us understand some following improvements that were made in this globalization. Friends, here it is said that following improvements have taken place due to globalization. Following improvements have taken place due to globalization. Globalization has removed the obstacle of trade. Globalization has removed the obstacles of trade between two nations. Friends, here it is said that due to globalization, whatever obstacles, whatever problems were coming in trading were removed with the introduction of this globalization. So now globalization has removed the obstacle of trading between two nations. Globalization has given rise to such a system that globalization has given rise to such a system that wherein the capital exchange can easily take place here, wherein the capital exchange can easily take place between two nations. Now friends, second thing was globalization has given to such a system that given rise, or we can say has given rise to such a system that wherein capital exchange can be easily made between two nations, right? Two nations can easily make even the capital exchange between each other due to globalization. So globalization plays important role in the capital exchange as well. Obstacles. Now when we are talking about obstacles in the way of exchange of technology, obstacles in the way of exchange of technology was also have been removed. Here it is said obstacles that are coming in the way of exchange of technology, it also have been removed. So whatever problem the countries are facing in the exchange of technology, that has also been removed due to this globalization. Globalization has lead to freely exchange of labors. Globalization has also lead to freely exchange of labors among the different nations of the world. Even due to globalization, freely exchange of labor is also seen. Even the labors can be easily exchanged within the between the nations, between the countries. Whatever labors, for example, we can see lots of people going to work from one country to another country, and the foreign country people, they come in our country to work. So this is the exchange of labor. This also became very easy due to this globalization. So due to globalization, system was developed, system gave rise in which capital exchange became easy. Obstacles in the way of exchange of technology was also removed. Whatever problems were faced in exchanging the technology was removed. Even this globalization gave rise to freely exchange of labors that were required by the countries. They can freely exchange with each other. So these were some of the improvements that took place in India due to globalization. Now let us understand about the advantages and disadvantages of globalization. Friends, let us understand the advantages of globalization. If we talk talk about the advantages of globalization, globalization has directly encouraged the FDI, that is foreign direct investment. Globalization has directly encouraged FDI, that is foreign direct investment. Means now the foreign companies were directly able to invest their money into our Indian market, and due to this globalization, now the foreign countries were encouraged for foreign direct investment, for FDI. Then goods produced in the developed countries, goods that was produced in the developed countries can be easily obtained by the developing countries. Second thing was, goods that were produced in the developed countries were easily available. These easily obtained by the developing countries. Developing countries like India. If we talk about the developing countries like India can withstand competition at international level. Developing countries like India can withstand competition at international level. That is only possible due to this globalization. So friends, these were the advantages of globalization. Let us understand about the disadvantages now. Friends, let us understand disadvantages of globalization. Let us understand the disadvantages of globalization. Globalization has failed to solve the problems. Globalization has failed to solve the problems of poverty and unemployment. Globalization has failed to solve the problems of poverty and unemployment. To desired extent, we can say, to desired extent, as the extent we want, at that extent, these poverty and unemployment was not reduced. Developing countries, if we talk about developing countries, have not acquired expected benefit. Developing countries have not acquired expected benefits through increased export. Developing countries have not acquired much benefit through this increased export because still the developed countries were purchasing the product from the developing countries at a very cheap rate, and that is why these developing countries have still not acquired expected benefit through this increase in export. So now this was again large scale industries. If we talk about globalization, here it is a large scale industries have acquired, large scale industries have acquired more benefit while large scale industries have acquired more benefit while small scale industries have acquired less benefit. Here we can clearly see the disadvantages of this globalization. Friends, globalization has failed to solve the problems of poverty and unemployment to the desired extent. Whatever desired extent, at what level we wanted to solve this problem of poverty and unemployment was not experienced by the introduction of this globalization. Developing countries did not acquire expected benefit through this increase in the export. Large scale industries have acquired more benefit while small scale industries of our country did not. They acquired less benefit of this globalization. So these were the disadvantages of globalization. So friends, you might have understood about globalization. We will cover the other topic in our next lecture. Thank you.